Hello and welcome to Solo Playhouse. I'm Matt. In this video I am playing more of Kinfire Chronicles Night's Fall. I am moving on to Quest 3. So here we are at Quest 3. Now from Quest 3 onwards you use prompt cards to find out where you're going to go next, so you can have several quests that you can choose from. But because we're still learning the game, we're on our third quest, we have one card. So we start with this. So this is Quest 3, Into the Shadows. Dara, the mayor of Vinner, has requested your help on something once you've explored the town and rested up a little. When you embark on this quest, open Quest 3. So I did the town section and got a couple of new weapons, one of which I can't use yet, but hopefully we'll be able to. So we will immediately go on to Quest 3. So we flip over the book and read Quest 3, Into the Shadows. The morning light finds you rested and refreshed. The smell of breakfast lures you down to the main room of the inn, where Dara invites you to have a seat. You ask her about the task mentioned yesterday. The sabotaged bridge. It's not the first trouble we've had. When construction on the lighthouse started, so did the attacks. These bandits, it's as if they want to cut us off from Din Lux. They've ambushed caravans, raided farms. I have no proof, but I'm sure they're the ones who destroyed the bridge. She pauses, blowing the steam from her tea. Well, that's good. I can blow the steam from my tea as well. There we go. We suspect they're operating out of one of the forests northeast of here. I've sent some armed locals out there, but none of them have returned. We can't afford to lose anyone else, but seekers are trained for this sort of thing, right? You agree to track down and deal with the bandits. But first, breakfast. No sense facing danger on an empty stomach. So it says go to 3-1. So 3-1 says, after breakfast you gear up and make your way north. Near the edge of town you spot a dwarf running in your direction. Wait, she calls out. When she finally reaches you, she leans over, hands on her knees to catch her breath. I just wanted to thank you personally, she finally says. My aunt and uncle were among those you escorted here. They're safe because of you. You wave off her thanks, all in a day's work for a seeker, but the dwarf stops you again. The forest where you're headed, some ruins appeared there after the last starless night, and someone warned me that they're haunted by malicious spirits. It's not safe out there. The dwarf seems overly nervous to feign. So we don't have feign on this campaign, so we just ignore that and we go to 3.3. The forest northeast of Vinja is quiet and cool. There's a shaft of smoke rising in the distance, a campfire. You ease up on the camp, keeping the footfalls quiet. You ready your weapons, but when you emerge from the trees to strike, you find only a pile of corpses. They could be the men Dara sent out before you. The camp is littered with abandoned supplies. Whoever left must have been in a hurry. You notice tracks leading deeper into the forest. So we have a conundrum. We have to choose between, might as well search the camp for useful supplies before we go, or we don't have time to mess around, let's get going. So we have Valora and Core, and I think, yeah, they're both on the same side. So we have to select, we don't have time to mess around, let's get going. Well, if we don't, we won't get a Kinfire token, and I want Valora to have one. So we don't have time to mess around, let's get going, go to 3.5. So Valora gets a Kinfire token, which means if I get a chance, I don't know whether I can put that weapon in her deck right now. But anyway, we go to 3.5. You follow the bandits' tracks deeper into the woods until you reach a river. Its waters are swift and deep. You only see 2 possible ways to cross. The rickety bridge before you seems the most expedient, but could easily be ambushed. Downriver you can see the ruins that the frightened dwarf warned you about. Okay, so we have another conundrum. So we can go with, let's take our chances with the bridge. Better an ambush than whatever's lurking in those ruins. Or the ruins seem safe from attack and we might find something of value. A rickety bridge worries me because we're definitely going to fall in. Let's go to the ruins, 3.7. So that means Laura gets another Kinfire token. She has 2 now, and we're going to 3.7. The ruins sit atop the river, spanning its banks as if randomly placed here. Another of the alien structures sometimes left in the wake of a starless night. On the walls are strange markings and statues with no clue to their meaning or purpose. A deep hum begins to build, growing stronger and stronger until it threatens to shake your very bones apart. If you have memory 3A, go to 3.8. No, we don't. Asher's ears can barely take the relentless sound. No, we don't have Asher. Otherwise, covering your ears from the deafening thrum, you escape the ruins to the other side of the river. Shaken and confused, you collapse to the ground and promptly lose your breakfast. Okay, each seeker must flip 5 cards, gaining 1 for each non-blue card revealed. Well, that's bad news for both of our seekers because we only have 2 blue cards. So 1, 2, okay, so 3, 4, 5. So actually Valora drew both of hers, so she's going to get 3 exhausted cards. Great. And Core, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to 310. So 310 says, you continue through the woods following the bandits' tracks until they end at the entrance to an old mine. Curiously, it appears unchanged by the darkness. You've heard of places that are immune to the transforming effects of a starless night, locations with deep histories and powerful magic. You approach with caution, making your way down into the dark corridors of the mine. If you have memory 3B, go to 311. We don't have any memories. It's a little like my memory. I'm just going to look. No, we don't have any memories. So we go to 312. You step silently through the passageways, careful to avoid any traps, until you come across a camp lit by luminous green moss. The bandits are reclining against some rocks and drinking from brown bottles, but their weapons are close by. You take your positions, ready your weapons, and then attack. Gain 2 fate tokens. Yes, I put all my tokens in the bag. Okay, yeah, so we gain 2. Each bandit begins the battle with a stunned token. So we need to open quest 3. And we have 3 bandits. Wow. We have Lars, Corley, and someone you can't see at the bottom. Maybe if we do this. So each bandit begins the battle with a stunned on each of their active abilities. So active abilities, or every ability with a point towards it. Open the Atlas map at 4 and go to 314. So this is the battle setup. Let's do them in the right order. So Corley is at the top, Mars is underneath, and Mo is at the bottom. And then they are going to start here and here and here. And we can begin in these positions. So I'm going to start here and here. So then at the start of the battle, we get to shuffle our cards as well. So Corley focuses on the least armor, so that will be Valora. Mo focuses on the least health, so that will be Valora, and Lars focuses on the most armor, so that will be Core. So I think we are about ready. Okay, so we can begin. So both are going to draw 7 cards, and Cole will get his 3 armor as usual. And let's see, we've got Earth Blood Vial, which is useful. This new Deafening Blade. We didn't draw any of our exhausted cards, which means I probably didn't shuffle it very well. And they're all in a big pile. And then Valora also gets 7 cards. And she also didn't get any of her exhausted cards. So I'm trying to this time put the boost cards at the front so that I can easily see them when I'm playing the other character, see if that helps a little bit. Okay, so let's begin. They are all stunned, which is useful. And we have 3 fate tokens. So we have drawn Core. So I think the only person that's going from Core is this one, Lars. So maybe we should move Core towards the other 2 who won't attack him. And let's see what we can do. I do have my Earth Blood Vial. You and each other seeker in your space gain. Well, that's no good. Or maybe I should move to him and just wallop him, but he's going to attack us. Yeah, I haven't looked at what they do, which is probably a bad idea. But I'm going to attack. Let's attack let's attack Mo. So this one here. They're both. We've got a red and blue attack, so let's just see. Yes. Maybe we'll use the blue attack. That's ranged. Oh yeah, we have to do a ranged one. So we will use this attack ranged. And we'll attack Mo, and Valora will play her Acid Arrow boost. Give another seeker the ability to draw or discard a card. So we will draw a card. It's another boost. And we will do 3 damage onto Mo. So Mo goes down to 17. Oh, Valora. So, Valora is a bit far away because I thought, is there anything he can help with? Not really. No, we're not going to be able to attack. But I think we will move here. So we can't make an attack. And we've drawn one of the heart tokens. So I think Valora will take this. Yeah, we can put statuses on top of each other. So I'm going to play Shot to the Knee, which is a 2 attack on Lars. Because this was one of these, Mo moves his over to core. And I also have Valora's Bow. When you make a ranged attack, if you show this card in your hand, your attack gains 1. So that's 3. And it can be boosted by core to 4. So we do 4 damage to Lars. So he goes down to 14 and he gets 2 hurt. Well, let's just put them on the top 2. And because it's one of these cards, Lars focus moves to Valora, which is probably a bit silly of me, but still learning. So we've drawn number 6. So number 6 is Lars. So when this ability triggers, discard this card, the enemy suffers 2 damage. So he goes down to 12 and he is stunned. Discard this card, this enemy cannot attack this turn. But can they move? Yep, so he's going to move towards Valora. Quite pleased about these stunned because I think they're going to help a little bit. 1. So Corley is moving towards Valora, but he is also stunned. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's have him move into core space. Valora is going again. Now we've got Lars down to 12. So I could move and do another attack. So I will. I'll move here. Each time Valora enters a space without enemies, she may choose another seeker within 1 space of her. That seeker gains armor, so Core will gain an armor. And I'm going to attack Lars again. And I'm going to do solid action for 3, and it goes up to 4 because of Valora's bow. Core can't help her out this time, so solid shot does 4 to Lars. So Lars goes down to 8 and keeps focus on him. On her, I should say. So it is the darkness chit. So darkness is Mo, and that is his first action. But he is stunned as well. But he will move. So he can't do that action, but he will move towards Core. And we drew number 11. So that's Mo again, but stunned. So we can't do that action. And Core is still his focus, so he will not move. Number 7. So this is Lars, and he is free. Sneering, the bandit fires off a bolt in your direction. So this is ranged. So he's going to attack Valora for 2. +1 for each other bandit in the target space. This attack ignores armor. So there are no other targets in the space. It ignores armor. Yeah, it makes sense that he wouldn't be able to use armor cards. So Valora's just going to take 2 damage. Down to 15. Now, when someone takes damage, if another Seeker within 1 space of Core is damaged, Core may redirect 1 damage from that Seeker to himself. So he will do that. So it'll just be 16, and he's got armor. This attack ignores armor. So I don't think he can use his armor, so he'll just take the 1 damage. And that's the end of that action. And we draw number 8. So 8 is Lars, but he is stunned, so he doesn't do that action. And Lars is going to move towards Valora, I guess, into her space. And we draw number 5. So this is Lars again. He gets hurt by that, so takes 2 damage. And he is stunned. So he won't do that action. And he's where Valora is, so he will not move. And Core. So what can Core do? So I think Core's going to actually move into this space with Valora and Lars. And we're going to play Earthblood Vial. So Earthblood Vial, let's read the text. At the slightest threat, Core rushes to aid their friends. In 1 swift movement, they uncork the vial, releasing a thick liquid that hardens into a protective shell. You and each other Seeker in your space gain 1 shield. So Valora gets a shield, which she doesn't have many of them. And that is a free action, so I get another action. And this is his last action. So he's doing 3 attack on Lars. So Lars refocuses on him because of this. After attacking, we gain 1 shield. Yeah, so immediately we've played it. So let's do the action. So we would get another armor. We're going to do 3 damage to Lars. So he's down to 3. But then we discard our hand. So all our armor goes back. And then our lantern is charged. And we draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Yeah, we've got some exhausted here. We've got 2. So let's put them at the front. And our boosts. We got 2 actions. So that's the end of his action. So his adamant is, before attacking, move all adjacent enemies into your space. After attacking, gain a shield per enemy targeted by this attack. And this symbol means it hits all enemies. So that's his go. And we've drawn the 12, which is Mo. Mo is stunned. So he will move towards his target, which is Core. Everyone's in this tiny little space. Then we draw 9. So 9 is this, Mo. All bandits, including Mo, trigger their middle ability, ignoring any status effects. Resolve them in order from left to right. So it's from top to bottom with me. So Corley's middle ability is the bandit growls at you, baring his teeth, and then attacks. So I don't think they move because it's not his turn. It just says trigger their middle ability, so that does nothing. And he's still stunned. We're just ignoring status effects. Then, sneering, the bandit fires off a bolt in your direction. This is a ranged attack. I don't think they can move. So Lars can't do a ranged attack from there. It's impossible for him to do that. Mo does a 2 attack plus 3 for each other bandit in the target space. And he is attacking Core. Oh, sorry, Core should have 3 armor. So he's attacking for 5, and Valora can assist with blocking 2 for another Seeker. So these are all white, wild actions, so it's fine. So he's 5. He will lose 1 of his armor. He doesn't take any damage from that. Okay. So we were kind of lucky there. And it's for Laura to go. So Valora will move out of this space. She'll do a quick shot, which is a free action, and it's 2, but with Valora's bow I can make it 3. She does 3 damage to Lars. I don't need any help from Core with that one. So Lars is killed. So he becomes one of our trophies. And all his tokens are shared out. When an enemy is defeated, if there are any other surviving enemies, transfer the ability tokens from the defeated enemy to the surviving enemy whose sheet is furthest to the right. Ability tokens should stay in the same area when moving. The only exception is when the ability tokens would move to a passive ability. In that case, divide them evenly between the enemy's active abilities. Actually, yeah, no, they're going to go to Mo, aren't they? Like that. Okay, so she's done her quick shot. She still has another action left. And it's 2. So Corley is still stunned. He will move towards Valora. So he'll move here. He wouldn't attack Core anyway, even if he went in her space. Cool. Okay, so I think we can use Adamant. So before attacking, move all adjacent enemies into your space. Actually, when she moved, she should have given him an armor as well with her guardian from afar. So we'll move Corley into his space as well. And then we're doing a 2 damage, which focuses everything on him. So he's doing 2 damage to both of them. And then after attacking, gain 1 armor per enemy targeted by this attack. So he gets 2 armor. Which is good. And it's core. So I'm going to move out of this space. And then I'm going to play Shard Whip for 2. And he can discard armor and get 2 extra. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So we could do 8 damage to Mo. Yeah, I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3. 8 damage to Mo. He's at 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's down to 7 health. You can't see his. Sorry. Laura's not had many goes. So we have, a darkness chit. So that is Mo's top one. All bandits, including Mo, trigger their middle ability, ignoring any status effects, resolving them in order from left to right. So 5, Corley is attacking for 5. Mo will definitely move. So he's going to move and do a 2 attack on Core, but Core has 2 armor. And there are no other bandits there, so there we go. And it's Core again. Well, Core is in Mo's space. So we're going to move 1 away. And use Aftershock. So Aftershock is 2 plus a stunned. So I'm going to do 2 damage to Core. We're going to stun him as well. We're going to stun that top one because that's the one that activates them all. This target attacks another enemy in range for every one you discard. So we could attack. Yeah, we will do it. We'll attack Corley as well. And because that leaves us without any action cards. So we have 2 exhausted. When you discard your hand, suffer 1 damage for each card you discard. You may ignore this effect if you discard this card at any other time. So we have 2 exhausted, and then we just discard all those. So we lose 2 life. Then we're drawing up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 2 more exhausted, but we charge our lantern. Okay. Four. Laura's like not drawing her chits. 4 is Corley, but it's his stunned action. So he will just move towards his target, which is still Core. Number 10. So 10 is now Mo's middle action. So it's a 2 attack. So he's going to move into Core's place. Do a 2 attack plus 3 for every other bandit in the target space. Oh, we should have 3 armor. So that's 5 damage. But Laura doesn't have anything to help. So 3 armor. So he's going to take 2 damage. 1, 2. Down to 14. Oh, and we're going to refresh the bag. But first we will, yeah, I think we're going to use core. And we're going to use his adamant lantern again. So he's going to attack for 2, both of them. So they both take 2 damage. And after attacking, gain 1 armor per enemy attack. So he gets 2 armor back. And his lantern has been used. And we have used all the chits on the time track, so everything goes back in. And because I've got lots of fate tokens and I want to kill Mo now, I'm going to use a fate token, so it goes in the void box. So I'm going to draw 4 out. So I'm going to use Valora's. And we're going to obviously use Valora's bow for 2. And yeah, core can't help, unfortunately. So it's just going to be a 2 attack on Mo. So he's down to 1. And that's that done. And she is out of cards. So she loses her armor and she's going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up. But she has charged her lantern. And she's got a 7 ranged attack that can attack anyone on the map. Let me give this a good shake. And it's caught. Okay, so he's going to play his Vengeance of Stone. While this card is in play, enemies suffer 1 damage each time they move. I'm going to attack for 1. And I'm not going to discard any armor for this. I could make it 5 if I discarded armor. Just a 1 attack on Mo. So he goes down to 0. Mo is out. All of these move up to Corley. Mo's gone. But then Core can move. So let's move him here. And it is a darkness chit. So that is Corley's top action. Every seeker within 1 space of Corley gains what is that? Gains a week. So both of them. Well, any weak cards are in your hand, your attacks deal 1 less per weak card in your hand. Okay, if you do not gain this card, discard it at the end of your turn. Corley then triggers his middle ability, ignoring any status effects, as a everyone attack instead of a normal attack. So he's going to move to Core. And he's going to do a 5 attack. He has 4 armor. Valora can help with that to knock it up to 6, so he doesn't take any damage. Yep. And it's Valora to go. Okay, what can she do? So she's going to play her capture rune. She's going to attack him for 2, but also hit him with a hurt. And I think, you know, we'll use the middle one because that's where he's hurting us. Oh, but we have a weak, so it's actually only 1. End of our turn, and we still have an action card. So weak, if we didn't gain any this turn, we return it. So that goes back. Oh, we've got our snipe. I must have used that. Silly me. Core. He definitely moved though. We should have used the Vengeance Stone to do that damage, so it's the same. Core. So we're attacking him for 2, but it's down to 1 because of our weak. Afterwards we gain an armor. The weak goes back. We still have an action card. Okay, we've got one of our heart tokens, so I'm going to get Valora to use her snipe. So this attack may target any one enemy on the map, even in your space. So we do 7 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's down to 6. Used our lantern. And we won't move. Number 5 is the top action. So every seeker within 1 space of Corley gains weakness. So we both weak again. Corley then triggers his middle ability, ignoring any status effects, as in everyone attacks. So he's attacking for 5 on Core. And Core has 4 armor. Valora can't help. So he does take 1 damage, down to 13, and that's it. And we're looking at 12. 12 is the bottom action. Discard all statuses from Corley. He refocuses and gains 1 health. So he's going to focus on the least armor. So that will be Valora. And he gains 1 health. Core. Yeah, if we move, he will take damage. That's probably a good thing. From his Vengeance of Stone. So riposte, 2 damage. Again, we can't help with that. So he will take 2 damage, but Core is weak, so just 1. And he will move this time. And he removes his weak card. Come on, Valora. Oh, okay. I think we'll have Valora go. She has a fleet arrow. Oh, Core has no actions, so hold on. He'll lose 2 health and charges his Blazing Crown. All his cards get shuffled. And he gets 3 armor. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I have a ranged attack? I do. So I'm going to move into Valora's space. And I'm going to play Earthblood Vial. So you and each other seeker in your space gain 1 armor. And we can perform another action. And then I'm going to play Pierce Defenses. So I'm not weak anymore. So I'm doing 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And we get to focus back on us. Okay. And we draw an 8. So 8 is the bottom action. Discard all status from core. He refocuses and gains 1 health. He's really like hanging on. Gains 1, refocuses. So least armor. So he refocuses back on Valora. He can move. So he would move into them and take 1 damage from that. And it's Valora. She is weak. And she also has no action cards. So she would discard. She would take 2 damage. And draw 7 cards. And charge her lantern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And she's going to use her lantern. She can use it anywhere. And it's 7 damage. She's not weak anymore. So she kills Corley. So that's it. So once they're all dead, bandits are reduced to 0. Read 3:16. We read this. The last bandit falls to the ground, wounded, but still alive. You kick away his weapon and stand over him. You're well organized and well trained, I'll give you that, you say. Someone must have sent you. Who? The bandit hisses something under his breath, dark words of magic, and then laughs. Killian's plans are already in motion. Soon the great cycle will be complete. Killian. His body begins to shudder violently, foam bubbling from his mouth until finally he stills. The bandit is dead. Searching the camp, you find some things of use. So open a copper treasure pack. So we can open one of these. And we can choose any of them. And because I got this game from Scott from One Last Hand, I can tell he opened this one. But maybe not these. What's a good colour? Green. Let's open the green one. So we open this. And we have some new cards. Capture Rune. Crush. Shadow Charm. And Charge. Maybe it did open them all, I don't know. So I'm going to put those in my cards, unused cards. And we'll look at them later. Roland we don't have, otherwise go to 3:18. Limping back to town, you report your findings to Dara. Unsurprisingly, she's upset by these developments. It's clear that someone had sent those men to torment the people of Vina, but why? She shakes her head and hands you a small bag of coin. It's not much, she says, but you deserve something. Thank you. Dara smiles weakly and returns to her post at the window, watching the horizon. Outside, the town bustles with activity, preparing for the arrival of Hierophant Selen, but the sun is already low in the sky. Shouldn't the Hierophant be in Vienna by now? Gain 3 coin and prompt Q4. So I already have 6 coin. I'm going to get 3 more, so up to 3. Go to 6 and gain prompt Q4. Q4. The quest is over. Gain 3 city actions. So now we would go back to the city, and do those actions. I will do them next time in the next video. But there we go. That is quest 3 done. We'll be moving on to the Ring of Fire. And yeah, fun again. Really enjoyed it. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.